Hello, hello, hi. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Kay. Hi, Goldie. Oh, it's a cafe this time. Do you know I've had this since the very beginning? It's just, I've never used it. And Kay, congrats on getting first today. It has been a while. Hi, hi. Today I didn't feel like doing art because it's one of those days, you know? So we're just gonna dive straight into games. You've used it a whole three times or yeah, it's been there since the very beginning, you know? Because I was thinking to myself, I needed a background and I'm in a teacup. Where do you find teacups? Cafes. So, yeah. I think I only used it as Kay says, three times in like what, the 6 months I've been here. So, yeah. Honestly, I just needed something in the background so it's not just an empty void. And I was a bit too lazy to like make one and too poor to like pay someone to do it for me. So I was like, yeah, let me just get a free to use image of a cafe. And here we are. Do you guys want to just dive straight into the game? Because honestly, I just the introduction alone made me laugh. Hold on. Yeah. We switch to game. Yeah, how do I launch this? Yeah. I've seen this game before. It's hilarious. My first time going in, I only knew it existed. That's about it. Hi, Wally. Sorry, he's jumping around. Yeah, when I was like 17. Yeah, this is a pretty old one. I'm a bit quiet. Am I? No, I don't think so. Hi, Orca. Yeah, on OBS it doesn't seem any different. Maybe it's quiet on your end. But yeah, we are playing I Love You, Colonel Sanders. What's the full title? I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger licking good dating simulator. So let me get out of the way. This is very loud on my end. Game I recommend? Yeah. Hold on, let me pause the BGM. I forgot about that. Oops, I accidentally skipped it. My bad. Yeah. The F? Yeah, that was exactly my reaction the first time I ever saw this. I did not believe it was real. Um I think it was free on Steam or super cheap. So I was like, you know what? Why not? I think I have like 3 games I just keep in reserve. It's a big what are we talking about? You know what? I'm restarting the game so we can see the intro. Let's do that one more time. Yeah. People have forgot about it over time. Oh yeah. I imagine. Wait, is it an official thing or was it just like some guy? Okay, let me not click. It's official? No way. I don't believe you. You could be right, but I'm gonna check once this is done. Ta-da. If it's a marketing stunt, I would say it went really well. Hold on. Let me. I love you, Colonel Sanders. Did it say? The video game was commissioned by the restaurant chain KFC and released for free on Steam. You're right. It is official. It does make sense. Otherwise, I imagine they would have been sued to oblivion. But anyway, hmm. How's the audio? Is everything all good? Music is a bit soft, but I think it's supposed to be. Completely blanked this game out of my mind. Yeah, so we have a fresh start. Okay. Start new game. What is our name? Let's write Ordi. Game is loud? Okay. Is it crazy loud? You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The opening was at least, yeah, I think I turned it down. Okay, I think the soft music is a bit too low, but the action is very loud. How is it now? Should I up it? Lower it? Think it's fine? Okay, perfect. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Okay, I'm just gonna smack that alarm clock. Yep, that is the normal human reaction. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Goodness, it's got BTS? Like the K-pop band, or can I redeem the coins? You can all at once now. Poster on the wall? Oh, this one. Sorry, I thought the game was a lot more high budget than I thought. I was like, did KFC actually get the band? Okay, never mind. I don't recognize them because I'm not into K-pop. Okay, where were we? Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and your imagination getting away from you. Actually, imagine that. Yeah, that would have been crazy. I bet a lot more people would have played the game. People who have no interest in KFC, yeah. Okay, let's do this a bit, a bit realistic. We're just gonna sit in bed for a bit longer, you know? That's what I do. Every K-pop fan will be going to KFC afterwards. Oh yeah, you know, back when I was in Malaysia, I would always see like a KFC, Pizza Hut, that kind of stuff. They would always have like promotions for popular franchises, bands, etc. That's a very, very unique thing. I don't always, sorry, I'm not used to seeing that in my home country. Did I get the job, by the way? We're not hiring mods at this time, but I did appreciate the presentation. It was nice. It's unique, but it's fantastic. True. I guess it does. I guess it changes it up because you know menu items are basically the same. You gotta spice things up a bit. Otherwise, you know, it can't just be about food. You know. Yeah. Okay. It's here finally. Your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare. My first thought is so many dishes to wash up afterwards. That's what I hate about that's what I hate about cooking. Changing menu items is always a good experiment to do. Yeah, I never go for those like seasonal dishes because in my experience, about like 6, 7 out of 10 times, it's not good. I'll play more Terraria. Bye. Well, thanks for stopping by. We'll be here. I think it'll just be like a bit of a slow, chill day today. So yeah, bye bye. Thanks for stopping by. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, I never trust those new dishes because I think I've been burnt too many times. I wait until my friend who tries every single one recommends it to me. Other than that, nope, I'm not adventurous. Are you guys adventurous when it comes to food? Because I honestly am not. I will only ever eat things that I know are good or you can't just like get wrong or have been recommended by like someone else. But I think it's nice to try something new every time you go out. True, but only if someone recommends it to me. I don't want to spend money on food only to potentially not like it. I go for the safer route. Is it cowardly? Perhaps. So, but also the place looks nice too. Like the restaurants? Yeah. I'm more of a takeaway guy. I like eating at home. Okay. Your mind is swimming with the possibilities when you realize you're running late. You grab a biscuit, you burst out the door in a hurry. There's a biscuit for breakfast. If the restaurant looks nice, true. But for me, it's not even is the place nice? It's just a matter of, can I be very comfy here? And it's really hard to convince me to eat anywhere that is, what's it called? More, there's not a lot of places I would rather go compared to just in my room in my pajamas with my cats. So yeah, sure a lot of motorcycle drivers are sick of my house. Hey, they're probably glad every time because they get paid for it. Delicious. Just what you needed to wake up those taste buds. God, I miss ordering food. I would say that's one of the things I miss about living in Malaysia. I just paid £10 for a pizza the other day. My heart broken. A wallet also. But yeah, I was treating myself and it was really good, so. But it's more expensive now though, true. But are you public about where you are? Because I don't want to pry. Because I only know what it's like in Malaysia. But I don't know if it's the same in like surrounding countries. But yeah, because like in Malaysia, you can get for like 20 ringgit, which is about $5, you can get like a really nice meal, like a full combo with dessert, etc. For $5, you can probably get like a one side meal here. Like just like a side of fries, and that's about it. So yeah, I would say that's the thing that is the biggest difference. It has made me eat a lot healthier. Ever since I came here, I think I've ordered food from outside a total of twice, and I've been here for about a month and a half. Whereas before I left Malaysia, I knew this, by the way. It's not a shock to me. When I was leaving, I knew that I'm not going to be able to order food as much, and I didn't really order much while I was in Malaysia. But I told myself, I need to take advantage of this and enjoy while I can. So for the last month I was there, I basically ate out every single meal. And I'm talking like nice food, ordering like burgers and just really good things. Yeah. I think I gained like 5 kg in that month, but it was worth it. I think I would order out like twice a day. Yeah, that was the life. But it's not too bad here if I order occasionally. It just means I gotta do it less often. But yeah, I found the pizza place. Yeah, it was really nice. I enjoyed the what is it called? I think it was some meat barbecue thing. Yeah, when talking to the guy, he thought I was American. He couldn't recognize my accent, and he's like, oh, this guy doesn't sound like he's from here. So yeah, I think he just defaulted to I don't know what this is, and I can't tell ethnicity just by his face. Let me ask if he's American. So yeah, I don't think I do sound American. Maybe a little bit. That's mostly because of movies I watched growing up. Yeah, you see, it's a very mixed accent. You just sound normal to me. I don't think there's such a thing as normal. Oh, hey, Wally. Sorry, my foot touched something under the table and I got freaked out for a second. It was just Wally. But yeah, I don't think there's such a thing as normal. Like normal to one person is a strange accent somewhere else. Yeah, I just have a very mixed accent. That's why it's kind of hard to like recognize. I have oh You mentioned being in Asia, right? I do have a bit of a Southeast Asian accent, mostly because I spent like 6, 7 years living in Malaysia. So when you say normal, you probably, yeah, that's probably what you're hearing. It's not strong, it's very faint, but like kind of just there in the background, you know? Yeah, it's just one of the things mixed in. But accents is strange. No, but then again, I do think it's not the Asian. I think it's just the amount of content you consumed. Yeah, true. Yeah, it's a lot. It's my parents' accents. It is my home country's accent, which is different. It is from the media I consumed growing up, as a little cat. And then it's living in Malaysia for a good chunk of my life. So, yeah. It's just a horrible mix of like everything. I have been complimented on it, but hey, I don't think it's good or bad. I do have the thing where I don't like hearing my own voice recorded. But as I stream more and more and I hear like bits of my voice here and there, mostly looking at sellers' clips, I have been getting a bit used to it. Yeah, it's a normal human experience. The only people who don't have that are the kind who always listen to recordings of their voice to the point that they're desensitized. So maybe there's someone who's like maybe they stream a lot and they watch their old VODs, they edit their own stuff. Yeah, if you're just hearing your recorded voice over and over and over again, eventually it will sound normal in quotes. So yeah. So if you ever hate how your voice sounds, and assuming your voice isn't a problem, mm, yeah, you just gotta grind through listening to it. I don't think I can do accents intentionally, but hey, that is probably a really good skill to learn. So since I play D&D, so yeah. But if I consumed like 14 years worth of YouTube and it somehow changed my voice, yeah, because listening to people speak is kind of how your brain learns the language. So yeah, before like the internet, right? Mostly people's accents are just picked up from their local surroundings, their parents, their community, etc. But I guess if you grow up with the internet, kind of like I did, and you consume that as much as you do talking to people IRL, then yeah, it does make sense how it could affect it. Ooh, I saw like an article about this quite a while back. I think it was I can't remember the title, but it was something along the lines of U.S. parents shocked that their children are learning to speak with an English accent, and do you know why? It's because they watch Peppa Pig. So yeah, I'm not too familiar with Peppa Pig, but I think based on what I saw, all of the characters speak in like a British accent. So like American children were sounding British because like their parents would just turn on Peppa Pig and leave them. No, hi Feather, welcome on in. We are playing crap. What's this game called again? It's called I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger licking good dating sim. Just looking and to call you stinky coffee dog. I am not a dog, okay? You take that back. But I do believe something like Phineas and Ferb, something like that. Oh yeah, true. I did watch a lot of it growing up, but yeah. We have forgotten the game. Where were we? Yikes, you're in such a rush. In fact, that you forgot to put on any deodorant before running out the door. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive in time. Uh-oh. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Relatable. Cartoon Network definitely changed me a lot. Ooh. Yeah, I think Cartoon Network had a. I think it's an American thing, is it? So yeah, I think that's where I picked up a lot of my accent. Still American? Yeah. Okay. Good morning, Orly. Are you excited for the first day of our lives? Excited for school? I think not. Actually, because I sure am. Excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. What's the. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by MasterChef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we're little babies playing together, you rescued me from that quicksand box. What kind of playground were they in? It's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person that I know. Gonna do great. Oh, I was the one being rescued. Yeah, that's on brand. I could drown in a sandbox. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters. I'm afraid of being left behind and never catch it. 3-day semester? Okay, that's crazy. Sweet girl Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Hey, I mean, you do you. If it helps, sure. Hmm. Okay. Normally, before I select this option, IRL, I always ask my friends, I'm like, hey, do you want a solution, or do you just want emotional support? Because I am equipped for both, but I just need to know in advance which one someone wants. Because, like, I can't tell. Sometimes people just want to vent and just be like, oh my God, my day was so bad. Do you know what this person did? Yeah. They just want to, like, talk and just, like, throw it out there and they'll feel better. My only job would be to just go, mm hmm, oh, that's awful. So, yeah, I never take the initiative. I always ask, okay, we're her friend. We'll give her a pep talk. Remember last month when you saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares I've been trying to forget. I know she looks spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. That's how it is all the time. Yeah, I think a lot of people default to giving solutions, but I do know that sometimes people don't want solutions. They just want to vent. Maybe they don't even realize that's what they want. But I guess by asking, they can confirm. I don't know. Maybe it's a weird thing, but hey, it's only ever like my close friends who want to do things like that. So yeah, they're fine. Like if I ask, but I think a normal person, I just default to emotional support because hey, I don't know them. I'm not gonna give them advice. What if they do something slightly off and then wrong and it makes things worse, and then they blame me for it? And no, thank you. So yeah. Anyway, remember that card with the fancy looking tower and the other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? Been waiting so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. I mean, I did see The Art of the Colonel, so just saying. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating. We'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time. Okay, if it's a 3-day course, they already know how to cook. I don't think they can learn anything here. As you talk Mira up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. Ah, we're a good friend, aren't we? He said very narcissistically. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Hmm, are they though? Can you believe I cut them myself? I kinda do. Oh, even in game, I have the same thought. Never mind. It's actually not too bad. If we can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey, it's Ashley. I think that's how it's pronounced. Your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. All right, fist fight. We beat up the other girl in the other dating sim. What's stopping us this time? She already instigated. We're in the clear. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chick. Rude. You leave Ori's shins alone. They're perfectly normal. How do you have weird shins? Like, what would that even look like, truth be told? Anyway, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact it's actually Ashley. She had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than anyone. Well, I'm glad I pronounced it right. To anyone whose name is spelled like this, I apologize. Going through getting any documents done and someone asking for your name, nightmare. Everyone will probably misspell it. You have my sympathy. If anyone here knows what the perfect shin looks like, it's us. Okay, I know she's on my side, but yeah. Not gonna let you or anyone or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van Van the Man Man. Is that on his driver's license? I need to see some ID. I don't believe that's his real name. Anyway, he stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight that you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Van Van, you rang. He looks like a JoJo villain. Is it just me? Anyway, you've never been sure what the arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. Guys, I promise I can read. Can't believe that University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I mean, they don't have to be pleasant so long as they can cook well. No, right? You think they just hand us our diplomas now? Okay, in 3 days. I don't know what kind of school this is. Okay, this is a lot of dialogue. I want to see the Colonel. Let's go. Oh, thank God. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Oh. Think it's broken. Reach forward and easily pull the door open. Okay. In his defense, I have that. I sometimes push on doors that say pull, and for a moment can't figure out why it's not opening. So yeah, we're gonna cut him some slack. Dance some Colonel? Yeah. Also, it's spelled like this. When putting like the stream title, I had to Google it because I don't know how to spell. Oh, that was quick. My name is Pop. I was named after my pop-up. He's old. Are they like 12? Could someone actually like this be a student at this school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce it as Colonel, so I spell. Yeah, it sounds like that, but yeah, it's I think it's like a military rank, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know these things. Hi, Pop. I'm Ori. So, are you gonna make me hold this door all day? Oh, that's the word. You know, sometimes I politely open the door for people. I hold it, but then they take their sweet time coming through, and I'm too polite to say anything about it. So I just like smile and let them in, even though I'm thinking, hurry the hell up. We all have places to be. Okay, maybe they like pause halfway and like check their phone. Yeah, I think my internal dialogue is very mean. Is it me or is he kind of cute? Hey, girl, you do you. Both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. I can't really voice act, so I don't really change the voices between characters. So I apologize if it's confusing if you're just listening. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. The other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable. He has very human eyes, and I don't like that. Hi, Seller. Welcome, welcome. We are on a quest to steal the secret 11 herbs and spices. We're gonna pretend, to fall in love with Colonel Sanders. We're gonna, what's it called? We're gonna honeypot him. Yeah. That secret recipe is gonna be ours. Now, quiet down, everyone, says Sprinkles. Who is this unreasonably cute pup and why is he in our culinary class? Yeah, I don't think that's very hygienic, Because, okay, put it this way. If you're, in a fantasy world and you have things like a tabaxi, right? Cat people. And I don't mean, humanoids with cat ears. I mean, actual cats, fur and all, right? I don't know if you've ever owned cats, but they shed a lot. And I mean, a lot. So yeah, I don't know how hygienic that is in a kitchen. Okay, put it this way. When humans enter a kitchen, they usually wear the hairnet because that's where most of the hair is. Imagine if you had fur all over. Do you just wear a hazmat suit? There has to be. Okay, you know what? I'm reading too much into the health code regulations here. Anyway, Miriam says, you must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. That's a long name. Racism, are you saying cats can't be cooks? I'm just saying the fur might be an issue. Hygiene-wise. If you're in a fantasy world, I don't think anyone cares. But yeah, in the modern day when health codes are a thing, yeah. I don't know what the umbilical cord reference is. All I know is Feather hates you for saying that in a raid. Well, I say hate, but he hates with love. I think he's here lurking, and I don't know if he hears that, but yeah. Sprinkle says, please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. No one respects me here. I have a staff, I threaten fireballs, but everyone just goes, ah, a silly little cat, and then throws bricks at me. The audacity. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. People remember me even after 6 months of not chatting a bit, apparently. I suppose. Especially smaller communities. I feel we do have some people who usually come in and out. But I think if I see their names again, I will definitely recognize them. I think that's maybe not the case in really, really large chats. Or if you're always on Twitch in other chats, maybe you'll see the names and not really remember them. Yeah, but usually when most of the time I spend on Twitch is streaming. I'm not much of a viewer. Unless I'm watching VODs. Yeah, I do have a few channels which I love to put the VODs on in the background. So yeah. I was remembered as the guy with Uncle Dimitri stories. Well, I guess you made a very strong impression, so yeah, that makes sense. Not a baby, that's when you're a baby. I mean, technically, you're not your umbilical cord. It's just something that's attached to you. If anything, it's a part of your mom, not you. Okay. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fills the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. The moment we've all been waiting for. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Wait a minute, he's a student? Okay, first of all, I thought he would be like the teacher or at least like the headmaster. But anyway, Miriam says, it's him. If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog. Before he can finish his sentence. Please call me Colonel. Honestly, I think they didn't have to go this hard with the art. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm in the way. We need to see this. I think the art is really well done. I don't know if you guys have seen like IRL pictures of Colonel Sanders. But I can assure you, he does not look like that. Gotta love that chicken. Yeah, you know, when coming up with the stream title, I was like, this romance is finger licking good. I'm like, no, I feel like that's a bit too lewd for my tastes. So yeah, I've even forgot what the title is. What is it? Romancing the Colonel. Yeah, that's very clean. That's very safe for work, you know. I think I'm considering cheating for him. I'm sorry, Oker. Gasp. The drama. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you. And you're not entirely wrong. Yeah, actually. And this over here must be Sweaty sweats a lot. First of all, not true. Van says, maybe we should open that window back up before a faucet pit melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. See, this is why I hate hot weather, right? I don't know if I really hate feeling sweaty and sticky, right? It's awful. That's why when I came here, I was so happy when the weather was cold. I did see the weather forecast. It does say it's going to get colder. I think, wait, today's Sunday. Yeah, tomorrow. So I have that to look forward to. I've been considering going for a hike. And I want to wait till the weather's cooler. So yeah. Miriam says, hold on a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. Yeah, okay. There's two of them and two of us. We can definitely take them. I say, you both know my name. And we're in the and we were in the same kindergarten class. What is with all your really weird insults? Miriam says, besides, when Ori sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. Okay. She means well, but I don't think she's helping. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. So, in Sticky, damn, Ori, do I have to time me out? Okay, there is nothing lewd about sweating, okay? When Ori sweats... Okay, have you never been warm in your lives? You know what? If you see like sweating as a very lewd thing, that says more about you than me. So that's something you should think about. It's not bad. Yeah, I don't know. It's evil propaganda. They want to make me seem like some lewd cat. It's not gonna work. They're just upset that I have banned romance in chat. Think Feather can't handle me every time I say shit is out. Well, you know, he's Australian, so I suppose that's how he shows his affection. My bit is still alive, so not my problem. Yeah. Okay. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hands outstretched. Yeah, this was definitely commissioned by KFC. I have no affection for anyone, Parrish. Yeah, keep saying that. I don't believe you. Good night, good luck, have fun with stream. Bye bye, good night. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later then. Bye bye. Okay, back to romance. Colonel Sanders says, boy, howdy. This classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Wait, is he Southern? Please use my handkerchief. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you. About how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. Yeah, honestly, I too would be a bit shy. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? He's so hot? Yeah. This was, okay, when I thought this was made like as a gimmick, right? Literally. Well, technically, I'm the hot one here. Yeah, honestly, I saw this game and I thought, hey, maybe someone just decided to make a little parody of this, whatever's going on here. Right? And then Goldie was like, oh, it's an official game by KFC. And I had to search it up. And yeah, they actually paid someone to make a dating sim of their franchise. And that is crazy. That is wild. I never would have expected that. Okay. Take the handkerchief. When he gets famous, sell it on eBay. Maybe after he dies, yeah, that'll be worth a lot. Capitalism for the win. You stretch out your hand, and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. I hope it has his name stitched into it. It's so beautiful. You hesitate to press it to your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural It has his natural scent on it. Sorry. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. It's one of my favorite histories from 2017. Yeah. Honestly, I love fun facts like that. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Yeah, he's just gonna let bullying happen in his classroom. Typical. A cat would never do this if they were teacher. Just saying. Sprinkle says, welcome to the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. They will be tears, they will be blood, hopefully not in the food. They might even be really adorable tiny food. And when it's all said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena? Okay. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss. I can't yell, but Sprinkles yells quiet. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Okay, his name was Student, so I don't think he's gonna be around much longer. Don't you recognize me? This is my third year in the school with you as my teacher. Okay, this is I guess that's kind of how like anime works. If you're not the protagonist, I guess the teachers don't know about you. Kind of like Hogwarts, I suppose. I think there's like 5 people that the teachers cared about, and then the rest were just like backdrop. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember? Okay, in my defense, it is my first day here. So, also, didn't we say it was like a 3-day course? How is he here for 3 years? Sprinkle says, you're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn and see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Huh. Class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks into the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you'll definitely need a multivitamin. Hey, I take those every morning. I don't know what he's talking about. Should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. Decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what do you do? I've never owned a dog. Do they like beef or chicken more? Anyone know? Because we can't give him the ball. We're in a class, you know. We're here to learn, not to watch him play. Treat, however. I'm going to lean towards beef. Mine like beef more? Okay, I guessed correctly. You reach beneath your apron and return with a small bit of beef jerky in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. Beef? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I would never eat that. I mean, a little won't hurt. Hi, Vani. We're trying to romance Colonel Sanders. Sprinkle says, you clearly do not belong here. Please remove your apron and... I guess we got expelled. Whoops. I guess he's more of a chicken guy. Oh my god. Did we start this whole section again? Yeah, we're... Okay, we're gonna skip back to where we were. Oh yeah, this is Colonel Sanders. Yeah, this is him. Do you see? I think the art is really well done. I like it. Okay, we've been through all this. Yeah. We're sweating a lot. People are mean to us. And Colonel Sanders is nice. He gives us a handkerchief. Okay, take the handkerchief. We did this. Blah, 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 blah. You can make art like this, can you? I mean, I guess. I feel like just because I can make it doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. You know what? Maybe I should. I need to get more into illustration. I feel like I've improved like a lot. But I want to do more because I know how to render a lot more lately. But I think like poses and stuff for illustrations is something I want to work on. What do you call it? Like drawing a model is quote unquote simpler, mostly because they're just like standing and facing directly towards you. For like a standard model. But for something like an illustration, the thing that really makes it pop is not only the rendering, but also like the poses, the background, etc. That's something I don't really have that much experience with. So yeah, I think one day I want to work on that. I'm currently swamped, like completely with commissions. Um, but hopefully if I get more free time, then yeah, I'll try work on that. And hey, maybe I'll take two birds with one stone and maybe draw something to use as like an ending soon screen. Yeah. Okay, we gave him beef and he expelled us. Let's go for chicken snack. Anyway, have funsies. I gotta go again. Well, thanks for stopping by and saying hi. So yeah, have a great rest of your day. I don't know if you're gonna go do something, go stream, whatever. Anyway, bye-bye. I don't mean to pry, in case it's private. Where were we? You reach beneath your apron and return with the chicken snack in your hand. his favorite. Okay. Um, Furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with the cut. Ew. Okay, this is one of the reasons why I don't like feeding animals by hand. Drool. It is gross. Like with my cats. Oh, it's okay. Thank you. Well, thanks for stopping by. It's always nice. Nice of you to just pop in, say hello, even if it's for a little bit. So yeah. I played this game like 2 years ago. Yeah, it is a pretty old game, but yeah, I thought it looked fun. No, it looked okay. I say fun. It looked really dumb, and that made me laugh. So that was my criteria, and then I got it. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do today. Cause yeah, I didn't feel like doing art. But yeah, even feeding my cats. You know, like the little tube churro treats. You know, the little tube that you kind of just slowly feed them. Julian is very well managed. He just like licks it casually, and like a normal cat. Wally, on the other hand, he tries to inhale the whole thing, plastic and all. So like half the treat tube is covered in like his saliva, and like to get it out, I have to like squeeze it and kind of touch that. And I was like, ew. Yeah, he's a messy boy, but to each their own, I suppose. He chews on it like it's food. I don't know if he understands that he's not supposed to eat plastic, or if he learned that if he bites it, more of it like comes out. But I don't know. He's a bit of a silly, goofy guy. You can never tell what goes on in his mind. Probably not much. But I saw the message you sent regarding the video clip. Can you wait till Monday? I'm not home, so oh yeah, no worries, no worries. I mostly mean just like a timestamp or something that you've looked through and you're like, okay, this is definitely clip worthy and pretty straightforward. Yeah, because I'm thinking of I want to increase the amount of like shorts. So instead of like getting you to work harder, I want to maybe expand a bit more, get multiple people doing it. So yeah. So I saw one. I saw it in like a skill trade channel. So I was like just chatting with them, and yeah, I think I want to do. I want to get maybe a few first, see how it is, and yeah, you're gonna do multiple channels then. Good question. No, because they are making the clips transactionally. You are making the clips kind of like sure, I do give you things, right? One day you will not be unpaid intern. But yeah, it's a different system, but doing similar work. Because if it gets like multiple channels, then I think that might not be too good. Besides, I don't know if it'll be a long term thing or just like a one off. I'm kind of just toying with the idea. I'm not sure if I even want to do it, but I just want to see. It's an experiment. We'll see if it works. If it does, maybe it could be an ongoing thing. If not, then hey, we get like a little boost in the amount of clips. So yeah. But multiple channels, I don't think so. If there's someone who makes clips like for fun, like they want to, sure. But that's not what they are going for. It's just you do this for me, I do this for you, and like that's the done deal. So yeah. So it would be multiple chat. I did think about it, but I'm like, nah. I considered making an official one and putting it there, but I'm like, nah. I think it'll be better. I just like give it to you and you can post it. So yeah, that way if like the channel grows and is monetized, blah blah blah, all of that stuff, you can like benefit from it. So yeah. Anyway, sorry. This is a lot of the behind the scenes stream stuff, and yeah, I don't think this is. I don't think I should like talk about it here, because people came to see the romance between me and Colonel Sanders. So yeah. Anyway, you see the other students eyeing you jealously, but you pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. I mean, I used to carry cat treats with me wherever I'd go back when I was in Malaysia, because I encounter stray cats a lot. So I always like have some to just give them a little treat, give them a little meal. Sprinkle says, "Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation." Okay, this is a 3-day course. I don't really know what he's going to teach us if we don't already know. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only two options remain. Hey, Ordy, there's still a seat here. Okay. We're faced with a really tough choice. Do we honor the bro code and hang out with our friends? Or do we abandon her for this? A tough choice. Seems no one has claimed the seat next to me if you're interested. Okay. Hmm. It is the first day of school, so I owe it to my friend to sit with her. But she might be the kind to encourage me to go sit with him, because we can always hang out later. Hmm. This is a tough choice. Okay, I feel like it depends on like the friend. If they're the kind who are like very chill and casual, kind of independent, like they don't mind if people don't always sit with them, by Colonel Sanders. But if they need support on like their first day, I kind of owe it to them to sit next to them. Hmm. Okay, we have the ad coming up. Also, we're supposed to have like the automated messages in the chat, but I realized I messed up the settings. Okay, I think I'm gonna pause for the ad break while I fix the stream elements thing. Is there anyone who doesn't have ads? Am I alone here, speaking to the void? Cursed to yap, but with no one to listen? Okay, I'm just fixing this thing. Okay, it should work now. Okay, I guess we can tell in about 30 minutes. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to have like a something that leaves the link to like the Discord, the 7TV apps, blah blah blah. All of the stuff that I manually type out when it becomes relevant, but I'm like, I don't want to always have to do that because it feels a bit I don't know. I'm the kind who feels a bit icky on marketing. I know it's a bad trait to have, but hey, it's how I be. But anyway, this is our Discord. since we mentioned it. Okay, the timer's set, and okay, we're all good. You just gotta wait for the ads to finish. I think I'm alone here. Or maybe the few who can hear me are lurking. But that's okay. There's only like, I think like 30 seconds left. No, you're not? That sparks joy. That's just absurd. I thought I was the only one behind the veil of the ads, you know? It happens. Sometimes people have the ads, sometimes they don't. Like sometimes the ads play, sometimes they don't. Ooh, I do know if you mark like your stream as for mature content, the chances of people getting ads is very low. Oh, hold on. My cat has exited the building. Julian. Little shit. Don't scare me like that. Okay, it's all good. Yeah, sorry. She climbed out of the window. Yeah, okay. Picture this. Picture this. You hear a noise out of your window. I turn to the side and I see Julian standing there on the other side of the glass. So I panicked. Uh Fortunately, she's able to climb back in, unlike Wally. Wally got out once and he couldn't climb back in, and then he freaked out and then ran away. I had to fish him from like someone's garden. You know what? Where is Wally? I'm gonna go check on him. Hold on. Oh no, never mind. There he is. Silly cats. You know, it is hard being a single cat parent. Okay. Ooh, don't scare me like that. Yeah, I think she got scared. Okay, Julian, I trust to leave and come back in. Wally is a bit of an idiot. So he can like leave and he won't know how to come back in. And then it becomes my problem because I have to go and like find him. Because he'll run away. Like he doesn't want to escape here. It's just, oh, I am scared. I must hide in under a bush. I must hide somewhere. So yeah, that's how Wally is. Julian is like she would step outside and go, "Oh, this is nice. I'm going to go back inside. I knew how I came here, so I'm going to just retrace my steps." But yeah. Anyway, that's enough of my cat drama. Yeah. Anyway, they're both inside. They're both safe, so that's all good. Anyway, back to the game. Okay, we're gonna be a good homie. We're gonna sit by our friend. You move to take your seat. You move to take your seat by Miriam. Cats are just adorable. Yeah, Wally has been a bit of a nuisance lately. Yeah. Do you know what I Hold on. Do you know the kind of things I text my friend, his mom, about Wally? Yeah, because he usually fights Julian, right? So I always tell her, your son is bullying women, right? How have you raised him? That kind of stuff. And then the other day, he decided to get very close to my housemate's cat. Now, my housemate's cat is like an elderly cat, right? Crap, where is this thing? Yeah, here it is. You know what? Let me share a screenshot of this thing. Okay, let's switch this for a second. This is how I text my friends. I'm like, not only does your son hit women, he also abuses the elderly. And then I tell her I tell her this shit out of context, really confuse her, and then I explain the story. But yeah, my housemate's like old cat. He wandered into my room, and he was just chilling, looking around. Do you know what Wally did? He waited until his back was turned, and then Wally pounced on him. That cat is old. He's like a grandpa cat. So yeah. Anyway, this is the little shenanigans with This is what I get up to when I'm not on stream. So yeah. Anyway, back to romance. Okay. You moved to take your seat by Miriam. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. See, we made the right call. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Definitely, definitely not like, Colonel Sanders over there. Think that's really funny? Yeah. I'm hilarious. People just don't believe me. Where's Seller to hear that? Colonel. Sorry, I heard one of the cats jumping. I thought they were going out again. You know what? Let me close this window. Well, everything's falling apart. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, Colonel Sanders. He has such a magnetic personality, and there's a seat open next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gone to know him a little better. True, but I can't do you dirty like that. Never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I got 3 whole days. So you say, now that Miriam mentions it, that Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast. It's time for a pop quiz. Pop says, yeah, quiz about me. This is an incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz. Will tell me if you're ready for life at the culinary school. Okay, this is day 1. Keep your knife sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Okay. Forest is to a tree as chicken is to feather. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A spork, because he mentioned that earlier. What food is best for a broken heart? A lot of it. I'm gonna say pancake with a silly face. That's wrong. Is Sprinkles a good boy? Okay. We're gonna brown nose a little bit and say he's the best boy. Okay, 4 out of 5, not too bad. Other food works for broken heart. Yeah, you just gotta be cautious with that because eating is a way of coping with stress. So yeah, you just gotta make sure you don't overdo it. I know I did once. So yeah. I think in like my last year of university, I had gained like a significant amount of weight. As soon as I graduated, immediately lost it all. So yeah, gotta be cautious about these things. It's not only a weight thing, it's also just like health in general. Only one wrong answer, not too shabby. You just might do all right, kid. Yeah, but these days I do try to eat healthier. In the sense that I make sure not only is like, what's it called? I'm not just looking at calories. I'm also looking at like, is it nutritious, so to speak? Every bit of weight is significant if you're the size of a teacup. Okay, it could be a giant teacup. You don't know that. I mean, sure, we started this stream in a little cafe. We were here. We were like this. Okay, so today it's a small teacup. Okay, may I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Okay, that is an important one. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. Okay, I've eaten at bad ones, so I don't know. Anyway, it makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking will also be serious about eating. True. I remember once reading a novel, right? And I can't remember much about it, but basically the antagonist was a vampire who was a chef, right? Um I think he was like the one of those like he was described as hot and very fit. However, foreshadowing is a quote that made a lot of sense to me. Like one of the characters, the original chef, before he died, one of his last words, or like what he said before to the protagonist, was, "Hey, never trust a skinny chef." So yeah, anyone who cooks but doesn't eat, very suspicious. So yeah, gotta think about that. Delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. I can't remember what that book was called. But yeah, I think the plot was they wanted to infect people with vampirism. This is like, by the way, the end of the book when everything was revealed. So yeah, I think they were like a chef and they were very eccentric. I think one of the meals they're like, oh, it is like roasted squirrel. And in that dish, they would like put drops of their blood in it. Because it's like, oh, only the most adventurous people would order that. And those are the people he'd want to turn. So yeah. A lot of chefs are skinny, yeah, but can we trust a lot of them? Anyway, it's just a book. It's a silly thing that I don't know why I remember it. It just like stuck with me. Okay, Miriam says, "Do you smell that? It must be our lunch. It smells crazy good." Everyone can have your attention. Is it about lunch? No, just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was honestly, they're unnecessarily mean to him. Unnamed character number 3. Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement, says Colonel Sanders. I was. It's about lunch. Okay, that is what everyone wants to hear. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with y'all for share with everyone for lunch. Sorry. I got a bit too into it. Miriam says, "This must be the smell I smelled." Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but what the rumor is true. This. Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden Okay, I'm kind of hungry now. The aroma envelops you. You begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble, as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. Yeah, been there. You know what I used to do? I think like during lockdown, when it was like New Year's Eve, what I would do is I would just stay in. I would order like a family sized bucket of chicken and I would watch. Like, I have this list of old comedy movies, like the really dumb spoof movies, and I would just binge watch them probably until like morning while slowly consuming probably 6 servings of fried chicken. So yeah, it was a huge meal, right? It's like the kind you buy for an entire family and maybe have leftovers. So I'd start early, start eating it until, the clock strikes midnight, be like, yay, and all. And then continue the movies. And yeah, that was a marathon. It was not a race to consume all of that. Yeah, good times. Now, when it's New Year's Eve, I just go to bed at like 9 p.m. and call it a day. It's still gonna be next. It's still gonna be next year tomorrow. So yeah, I'm not gonna wake up. Ain't nobody got time for that. I like my sleep. I'm not gonna stay up. Old comedy movies, yeah. I really like I like the Naked Gun series. It's like a spoof, what's it called? The spoof detective movie. It's I don't know if you guys have like, I think I've talked about it on stream, but it might have been a while ago. You know what? Let me find like the poster. Maybe you've seen it. Ooh, they're recreating I think they're remaking a modern version of it, which I think I will absolutely hate. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, there's a new version with Liam Neeson in it. Hold on. Okay, found it. Let me just pop this on screen for you guys. It's good for each time? Okay, it's good for every time. Where's paint? Okay, here's paint. Yeah, so this is like the original one. The actor, what's his name? Leslie Nielsen. Anything that he is in, I absolutely love. Now, it's not for everyone. It is incredibly dumb and the humor is very dry, but that's like what I love. Yeah, there's no way they could get away with the jokes in the original movie. Oh yeah, definitely. Like it was funny for its time. That's why I feel like the new one will be terrible. Like not to be like one of those guys like, oh, they don't make them like they used to, like probably for good reason. But yeah. It also has OJ Simpson. Yeah. OJ Simpson is like in the original one. I didn't realize this until maybe the second or third time I watched it. Then I recognized him because I think he became relevant in like memes and stuff and like in the news. And that's when I was watching the movie again. Then I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that the guy? Yeah. You know what? I haven't seen this in a while. I'm gonna watch it. I think there's one movie that I think there's one movie that I haven't seen. I think there's one where he goes to jail. I haven't seen that one, but I did see like a clip of it online. I was like, wait a minute, I haven't seen this. So yeah, I think I want to watch that. But this one, it comes out this year, but I don't know exactly when. You know what? Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. I want to know if this is a okay. You know what? I will take one for the team. I will watch it and I will tell you guys how it goes. Okay, let's see. When is it being released? Mm, does it say? I don't think it says. Okay, you know what? Release date. Okay, 1st of August. Okay, if it comes out in theaters, I'm definitely gonna watch it. I will splurge. I will spend the money. Everything is crazy expensive here compared to what I'm used to. It's probably normal for a lot of you guys, but yeah. I think back in Malaysia, I would spend like $3 on a movie ticket, and that was like, eh. So yeah, here I think it's like £10. So crazy, a crazy jump in price for my standards. But yeah, I'll watch it and I'll let you guys know how it is. And if I hate it, you guys can hate watch it as well. That's so cheap. Yeah, I was okay. I was a little. I would do art casually online, and I would make like enough to live very comfortably in Malaysia because I'm earning US dollars and spending like Malaysian ringgit. And like Asia is a very cheap country to live in, depending on where you are. But rule of thumb, yeah. If you're working remotely, it's like a good thing to do. Ooh, I do know there's a lot of people who they work remote jobs and then they go to live in Japan. they it's not legal, but there's no real way for like the government to catch them because they're like, oh, I'm gonna be here for 3 months as a tourist, but they're just living there for 3 months, working their online job, getting paid, that kind of stuff. So yeah, earning from a first world country and living in a third world country, that's how you like maximize your profits. Because sure, even if the amount you're earning is not like the highest, you're spending really, really little in terms of like living expenses. Like, for example, when I was in Malaysia, I think entire monthly expenses, like everything I'd spend from beginning to the end of the month was about like $600, and that is like rent for a one-bedroom apartment. And a nice one at that, by the way. All my utilities, super fast internet, not splitting the bills with anyone, right? It was just me and my cats, right? So yeah, it was crazy. That's one of the things I miss most is like how cheap it is. But if you live there and you're earning money there, your pay is also going to be like super low. So it's kind of like the same. Yeah, because I think their minimum wage is like $1 an hour. So yeah, something to consider. Like earning there and living there is like normal, but earning from outside and living there, super great. But anyway, yeah, that's if you ever want to feel like super rich, maybe just go and you have like an online remote job. Or even if you're just taking a vacation, just go to a very cheap country. Malaysia, I can say pretty good one, pretty good option. I know Japan tickets are expensive to get there, but once you get there, everything can be super cheap if kind of budget and stuff. So yeah, that's what I've heard. You know what? I want to go to. I keep telling my friends this. I'm like, okay, I have to live here for like 5 years, get like my passport and stuff, and then after that, I can leave the country, go wherever. But until then, I'm kind of like trapped within the borders of this place. So yeah, I am gonna wait until those years are up, and then I want to go to Japan. You know what? I'll take like lots of pictures, lots of videos. I'll wait till I return back, and then I'll post them on like I'll post them on the Discord. Imagine where we'll be in like 5 years. I'm already planning for that. But anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. We can get back to the game. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, "Stop thinking and start eating." Yeah, we read that one. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. I think I remember reading the history. One of the things like he actually made was pressure cooking, so it cooks faster. Not even just like the recipe itself. But it'd be like that? Yeah. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve perfect balance of flavors. Have you guys had KFC recently? And if you're thinking, hey, this is not as good as I remember, you are not crazy. It's true. They keep changing the recipe. They've been doing this over the course of like years, right? They tweak one herb, they like swap it out for like a cheaper alternative that tastes maybe 90% like it, like 90% quality. And they're like, okay, not noticeable. They're like, okay, what if we do that for another ingredient, right? So that one is slightly worse, but no one can tell. And then they do that again and again and again and again and again and again to the point where no one will notice exactly when it changed, but they're like, yeah, this actually just isn't good. So yeah, I thought it was just me. I was wondering why, like back when I was still in Malaysia, I was like, I have not had KFC in ages, but years ago when I was still like a student, I would like love just ordering the burger and just like eating it. Like, it was my go-to fast food meal. But now when I eat it, I'm just like, meh. I could have bought something else that was nicer. So yeah, I thought I was crazy for the longest time until like I saw an article about it. Someone's like, hey, this thing is worse because of this. Yeah, they changed the recipe to save money. And then people stop buying, so they lose money. And then because they've lost money, they need to cut costs. So they change the recipe again and make it even worse. And now that's even worse, even less people buy it. And then it just spirals downward until yeah, no one really likes it anymore. It's not the worst thing. Like if you're really, really hungry and it's the only thing available, yeah, I think you're still gonna eat it and not complain too much. But if you're just thinking of where to go to have lunch, that's probably not your first pick. So yeah. Does it taste different? Yeah. That's why you know, now you know. It's same with like McDonald's, I think. Ooh, I also saw that McDonald's has also been losing like a lot of their customers. I think cuz before they used to just be, hey, cheap food that's good. But they've been raising their prices to try and compete with other restaurants, and then I think that's when they realize that they don't actually provide good enough food to be, you know, to compare with like other restaurants. Because sure, other restaurants may take a little longer to make food, but for that price, you get something that's way, way, way better. Best fast food restaurants are the local ones that are owned by chains. Yeah, definitely. It does depend. There are some chains that are somewhat decent. Mm, I think Pizza Hut also was kind of going a bit down, but I don't know if that's just me. Like I had the last experiences I had with them were probably not the best. I think they made the crust too wide. You know, like the cheese was more to the center than anything. Yeah. Ooh, there was one time I would order like the pizza. This is when I had traveled to a different state for work, right? So I didn't know like a lot of the stuff, so I just ordered a pizza. When I got that thing, it was cooked on the outside, but the inside was like it was hollow on the inside. It kind of separated into two layers, and it was terrible, right? I think they didn't understand how baking works, and they just put higher heat to try cook it faster. So yeah, bro, the local ones here give twice the size, 10 times the taste for the same price. Exactly. Yeah. Uh, Now that a lot of fast food chains have been like upping their prices and stuff, you might as well just go to a proper restaurant and get like way better food. Pizza Hut is never usually on anyone's mind. It was on mine because they had like this super cheap takeaway order. It was what I think like 15 ringgit for a large pizza. 15 ringgit is, hold on, quick maths. Like $4. Yes, so like $4 you get a large pizza. So that's like the only reason I would buy from there. If they didn't have that offer, I would have never bought from them. Sure, their pizza is okay, but it's not worth their full prices. Anyway, this is me just being a broke cat. My frugal nature is showing, in case anyone ever wanted to know. But I realized when ordering a pizza here, now I did order delivery because, you know, I was going to the store anyway and it was nearby. When I ordered from the store, I think I got like a £5 discount. I don't know why. I think it's cheaper if you just order at the store and take away immediately, right there and then. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm definitely gonna walk here. It's like a 15-minute walk. I'm like, yeah, I would rather walk here than spend an extra £5. Besides, it's close to like the stores that I go to. So I'm like, hey, if I need to go shopping, it's a two in one, I suppose. We forgot about the game. Sorry, we got into the yapping. Back from shower, steaming, and kind of pissed off. Why? Colonel Sanders says. But that's all I'll say about it. Van, what do you think? What you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Shh, nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Sure, buddy. You know, one of my friends she had like a few tragedies like in her family, and she had to like go through a lot of legal trouble because someone didn't leave them like they didn't actually have like a proper will and testament. So it took ages to like handle everything in the courts. So yeah, immediately after that she comes to like all of us in our group chat is like, hey, guys, you all need to write your will so that you don't create this problem for other people. It's like, I pity your children if something happens to you and they have to like jump through 1,001 hoops. To be honest, right? I don't have a will, but then again, I don't have much of anything anyway. Most of my money is just like in my PayPal currently for, like all of my art stuff. It just goes and sits there in PayPal. I do have one friend, Wally's mom, right? I gave her access to the PayPal. I'm like, hey, this is before I traveled because I'm on a plane. I'm like, hey, very low chance, but sometimes planes don't arrive at their destination. And hey, if anything happens, you are taking care of the cats. Here is my PayPal. This is all the money I own. Um, in case of anything, you are their mom now. This is enough to ship them to wherever you are and take care of them. Salute '07. Anyway, that was just me being dramatic and overly nervous about flying. So yeah, I don't have a will, but I do have someone who can just like yoink it whenever, in case tragedy strikes. Steaming because of the lovely hot shower and pissed off because I dislike some in-laws in Poland. Why can't I just buy a car, let it sit as I renovate it, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you do need to, okay, if you're just building it and not driving it, yeah, I guess you don't need the road requirements. But I think you do in order to, like, get insurance for it. So, Because I remember reading something like that in the law here. Oh, and speaking of Poland, I saw something the other day that reminded me of you. Hold on. Because it was a meme about Polish people. I'm like, I know someone from Poland. Hold on. I think I saved it somewhere. Oh, one of my friends graduated. Okay, here we are. Okay, let me throw this up on screen. Yeah. The cyberpunk anime writer is like, I'm from Poland. People in Poland are sad. They're just born sad. They die sad. So I want to make the whole world sad. When people are sad, I'm a bit happy. This made me laugh. Found my dream car, Pontiac Firebird. Love that car. I'm not a car guy. So when people explain like cars and this and that, all I hear is it is car, has four wheels, has steering wheel, probably. So yeah, I apologize. I'm happy for you. Ooh, you can send us pictures. I guess working on it counts as something creative. This is the second time someone's shown this to me, and kind of true, but I'm pretty happy other than the fact that I don't have enough to renovate the damn car. Yeah, I know some people renovate it over the course of like 10 years. But hey, chip away at it little by little, and yeah. I can't get the car this I'm pissed. Oh, look. There'll always be another car. So yeah, don't worry about it. And hey, when the time comes, these cars would probably be more used and probably cheaper. So I guess there's that to look forward to. I did like the cyberpunk anime. I think it was well done. Kind of sad though. Anyway, back to this Sanders romance game. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. No one is. You wait to see what Zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment it could only be the hands of a true gentleman that could fry chicken so tender. Okay, we're gonna fight here now. Ori is from 1976, no more produced. They are fewer by the years. Understandable. Hmm. As a non-car guy, maybe I don't like see the appeal. Because to me, like a car is a car. But I do understand it probably means something to you. So yeah, I can't relate, but I hope it works out in the end. Oh, I'm seeing car being sent. Okay, here you go. The beat I talked about. Looks nice. That's all I can say about a car, to be honest. Like I can see it and appreciate, oh, this one looks nice, but I don't have like that deeper understanding of, oh, this is this car from this is this. It has these features. I'm like, a vroom vroom look good. So yeah, I hope you forgive my ignorance in the topic. Yes, I'm into cars since my dad's been a mechanic since forever. I love cars. Understandable. My older brother really likes cars. I personally, not so much. To me, they're just like a means to an end. You are forgiven. Thank you. Well, Van Van, the man man, if you don't want any, or the I'll take his. Honestly, that's very on brand. You know, when it comes to eating food, like I'm the friend who, when people can't finish, they just like push their plate towards me. That's the service I provide for the world. Takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Yeah, this is definitely a KFC ad. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. Take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. It used to be. Tasting Colonel Sanders's food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Hmm. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders's culinary heart. We could use this. The flavors in your mouth are pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man, for a flavor, are they the same? After tasting his food, you try get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach him. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on the chicken? How bold of you to come out and ask. I mean, I guess I don't. Hey, no fighting. Shh. Wally, leave her alone. Sorry, the children are acting up. Okay. He's been shooed away successfully. Okay, where were we? It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I claim the highly successful fried chicken restaurant. No big deal. Yeah, okay, to be honest, I did read about the history of Colonel Sandals. Can we shoot Orty? No, you cannot. I am unshoeable. This my stream. You can try. Throw all the bricks you want. It's not gonna work. I'm stuck here like gum under your shoe. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry, where was I? History of KFC. The thing that made them famous wasn't their special herbs. It was the fact that they used what's it called? A pressure cooker to cook the fried chicken, and that allowed them to, create fast food in quotes, right? Because like people just show up, order, and oh, there's the auto message. Yeah, people just show up, order food, and immediately get it. Like they'll get it very, very quickly. And that's one of the things that really, really made them famous. It's not like sure, the food was good, but it's not like they were doing anything like crazy revolutionary. So yeah, now you know. Can we fry or eat? No. First of all, I think that violates a lot of health code regulations. Frying cats, that's illegal. You be a criminal. I want to say that I probably wouldn't taste good, but I don't know that for sure. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got a few of my own I'll be willing to trade. What's the rush? Semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. Why does he look like disgusted? He's clearly not going to give it up easy, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? Colonel Sanders looks both ways and makes sure you're truly alone, then leans in. Can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient. You can't tell. I use blank. Something my great grandmother taught me. Wow, I never would have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. You wrapped up in a huge revelation. You notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. Think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. Sounds like you have big plans. I dare say, the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure out now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. No, he's very proud of his recipe. Trying to change it might not be well received. Some people don't like criticism. Like him to show your own strength. No, I think I'm a bit more of a modest person. Unless I'm in the corporate environment and then I code switch and probably am one of like the most narcissistic people you'll ever meet. Yeah. It's all just marketing. It's not about how competent you are. It's mostly how confident. Like I used to be very realistic about like my capabilities. But as I like, got work experience and stuff, it's all just talking. Cause I realized this, when working at my old workplace, they would be very confident about how they talk, but they were like terrible at what they did. In their defense, they had no experience running a company or even working at a company before. So yeah, when I tried to be very like a very honest, for lack of a better term, it was always received badly. Like for example, like if I'm asked about a project, and I'll be like, yeah, this thing is going well. I think it could work, but I'm not too sure about this. Yeah, it would to them it would seem like in quotes weakness or incompetence. So whenever they ask me, I'll just be like, oh, how's this thing? Oh, it's going great. This thing gonna be amazing. Wait, I've showed you guys. I think when I quit. When I quit, I made a presentation, showing how awesome I am. I think I showed it on stream before. Have I? Was it a long time ago? Yeah, this is a while back. Do you guys want to see it again? Because okay, TLDR. What I had like one boss, right? Who a lot of my coworkers have also said this. He had like a personal vendetta against me because he was the one who he had to do my visa stuff, right? And it was like a lot of work. And the head honcho, the big boss, the CEO, he's like, "Oh, we want to hire Ordi." Turns to that guy and is like, "Hey, do all the stuff." So yeah, he seemed to have a lot of resentment being stuck with that task simply so that I could like work there. So yeah, he seemed to like always try to convince like the CEO that kind of like hey, we shouldn't have hired him. Kind of like I don't know. It was super weird. Anyway, he would always tell him like, oh, he's not doing good, he's doing this. So when I was quitting, I realized the CEO, like the big boss, he kind of liked me, right? He's like, oh, when he was here on his internship, he did such a great job, so we want to hire him full time. So he seemed kind of like bummed, like, oh, maybe I didn't realize Ordi was really like this. So in the end, I wanted to do like a little wrap up, my exit interview, so to speak, right? So I made like a very long presentation about how social media works and what I did for the company. Hold on, let me bring this up. Uh, if anyone ever doubts how petty I am, this is proof. Excuse me. Where is it? Here we are. Does this dox me? No, it doesn't. So yeah, I think like a few days before I left, I just walk up to like the CEO's desk. By the way, this same morning, I said good morning to him. He just like politely nodded, didn't want to make eye contact with me. They're kind of just like waiting for me to leave. And a part of me was like, do I just like leave and, don't worry about it? But a part of me was like, no, I can't just leave in them thinking I am incompetent. I gotta show them what I was doing. So yeah. So I was in charge of like the social media, among other things, right? This was like my passion project. So they were garbage at social media. By the way, this is a summary of like the important slides that I did. Right, this is corpo drama. So my presentation started off like this: cracking the code of social media. Everyone tries, majority fails, but we will not. Right? Why? Short version, I'm awesome. Now imagine how arrogant this must come off, coming from someone who, from his perspective, thought I was like a shit employee. So this is a presentation I made to like the CEO of a company. Yeah, I did put that. Anyway, long version, the formula to success, a custom curated analysis of company and the content it can produce, right? Then I go on for like, I think 40 pages. Like, it's a PowerPoint presentation on what we're doing, the target audience, the content strategies, this and that, right? And then salt in the wound. I'm like, okay, this is like a crazy conspiracy theory, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? How do you know I'm telling the truth? I've said a lot of words, but these are just words on a page. Is there any truth to them? I'm like, here is me. They knew I was an artist. I'm like, this is a post that I have made 2 days ago using these strategies inside this formula, right? And within 24 hours, this is what happened. I think it got like a 30K impression and 1,700 likes. Pretty good. And I'm like, hey, I think it's like, hey, I have very few followers, but this is the engagement I get because I'm following the correct strategy. Like one single post using Ordi's secret techniques versus the entirety of the entire social media ever since the company was created. 5 years of content, they got a total of 673 likes. One of my posts got 1,700. I was like, and that is how you know what I'm talking about works. You have never seen regret in a grown man's eyes until you make a presentation like this. By the way, there was more. There was one that actually showed like how much it costs. Because, for example, to get their post seen, they use like Google Marketing and Analytics, and then they pay like 50 cents per impression, right? So I actually did like hey, 30,000 impressions. I got this for free, whereas you would pay $15,000 to get the same effect, right? So I was showing them like this has monetary value, if that makes sense. Yeah, I ratioed the entire company. One single post, what they've been doing for 5 years altogether, right? The reason it says NA is because it didn't like track their stuff properly. So yeah, am I a petty cat? Most definitely. Now I did this thing, and I love the fact that you put the title or yourself as I'm awesome. Yeah, I needed to be petty and I needed them to know that I am awesome. Honestly, the other bosses, okay, I have three of them. Head honcho, CEO, great guy, super nice. He listens to the second boss, the annoying one, too much, right? Second one is annoying. He doesn't have people skills. Third one, he's just there. He's just vibing. Can't say good, can't say bad. He's helpful if you ask, but other than that, he's just like, yeah. 1 year versus 4 years, one post versus 4 years of content. Yeah, because I don't know if you've seen like my Twitter. I don't really use it, but back when I used to, you'll notice I have like 400. I think I have like 400 followers, but like my posts get like 30 to 80,000 impressions simply because okay, I may come off as dense, but I do put a lot of thought into how things are behind the scenes. And sure, maybe you won't believe me, and maybe I'm just coping, and maybe it was luck. If you want to believe that, you can tell yourself. But it's something that I can do consistently. To the fact that when making this presentation, I made a brand new post. I didn't even like use one from before, right? So yeah, uh, that was me ratioing the company, and I felt so good. By the way, do you know why I did feel guilty leaving? Because I gave in 2 months notice. I'm like, first month I will finish like the content strategy. Second month I will create like a ton of content for the company that they can release slowly over time. Um, Not come off you are dense, but you do know marketing. I know a few things. But yeah. Anyway, that was my plan. First month, content strategy. Second month, actually making the content. Do you know what happened after I gave in my 2 month notice? I had gone for lunch, and annoying boss was like, hey, he's actually a very bad employee, blah, 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 blah. Tell him to leave after 1 month, right? So, it was the tale as old as time of here's my 2 weeks notice, you're fired immediately kind of deal. So I was like, okay, they have shot themselves in the foot, and I wanted them to know that. So yeah, that's why I made this presentation. Do you know what the first question the guy asked me as soon as I finished this thing is like, hey, so how soon can you make like the content? I'm like, I was supposed to do that in my last month here, but unfortunately, due to circumstances, I didn't even say you fired me. I'm like, due to circumstances, I won't have enough time to do that. But hey, I'm confident you guys can handle it. I give him a smile, thumbs up. I was like, if that is all, I'll get back to my desk and continue my work. And then I turned and I went. I am a petty cat. I will not apologize. It is how I am. I'm not mean, but maybe I am mean. What do you guys think? What if like my close friends, if you ask them, they know the shit I do like this, right? So it's like, oh, Ori is very sassy, very sarcastic, and very mean. So yeah, this is how they know me. They know me living my day-to-day life like this. The presentation, I didn't even say like, hey, this is how you guys are gonna lose, right? This is how you guys are gonna lose, and this is why you should feel bad. I'm like, hey, this is an amazing thing that's gonna happen. I won't be around, but hey, I'm sorry, but I'm confident you guys can handle it. They cannot. I have been gone for like 2.5 months. Yeah, I have been gone for like 2.5 months. They have not touched anything. I realized they forgot to. Hey, stop escaping. The window's closed. Sorry, that was Julian. Yeah. I've been gone for like 2.5 months. They have not done anything since I left. I did see they forgot to revoke my access on LinkedIn. I did see they gave permission to another guy who was an intern at the time. But yeah, he was an intern at the time, but I think he wanted to be a full-time employee. Yeah. So they stuck him with it. I was like, my condolences, because I know how they are. This is what they do. They didn't provide any of the resources that I needed. I'm like, hey, to do this thing, I need this, 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 this. Nothing was provided, so nothing could be made. And then they're like, hey, nothing's been made. Bad person. So yeah, that was like them coping. I did make a few things, but yeah, it was just to show them like proof of concept. Or he was badass for once. Okay. This is the way I'll put it. I'm a lot more polite than I am nice. You know, I don't know how. I think a lot of people see politeness and think that is nice. I don't think I'm very nice. I think I'm just very polite. You know, So this is me not being nice, but very politely making them eat their own words and their decisions. So it was very satisfying. I think it's impressive. Thank you. But I do want to learn how your strategy works for social media. Okay, I do have like a lot of knowledge. I have been meaning to impart this on a seller lately. Sorry, I'm a bit gassy. I hope you guys don't hear that. I've been burping a bit. But yeah. Because I was looking at like the metadata of the shorts that you posted, seeing which ones did well, which one didn't. So yeah, I will get back to you on that. I just need like a day where I have time. I'll make like a I don't think I'll make it a live thing, but I'll make like a presentation of all like the notes and just like send it over for reading. And then like, we have the mod chat, we have the editor chat. So yeah. But Goldie also wants to know. It's okay. We can discuss there and then I can bring it up on stream, to be honest. We can yap about it here. Not sass enough, not mean enough, but far too dense. Okay. Okay, you guys see a very watered down of my sass. I'm not even going to give an example. Don't worry about it. Trust and believe. Or he was banned for once. Well, you see it once. I know there's a thing for it, but never seen it in BTS. Wait, sorry, what was the context again? Give Yoldi a lesson in marketing? Honestly, we could talk about it here. Like one day when I have something coherent put together. Yeah. He's a great and cute leader. Yeah, see? People are only nice to me when they want things. I see you. I kid. Love to sit on that marketing lesson kind of a side thing. Yeah. I think so far with the shorts themselves, pretty good. The only thing that is changing is maybe just like a little bit of the behind the scenes thing, like tags and etc. So yeah. I think that's because I looked at that recently. I'm like, this could be improved. So the reason I want to know is I put all my eggs in one basket and set it off to sea. In terms of wait, what's the context again? Sorry, I was reading chat and it was a bit slow. Exclusive audio advice? True. Yeah. You guys will be blessed with my wisdom. I know what you mean. I know what the saying put all my eggs in one basket and set it off to sea. I know what that saying means, but oh, do you mean you did that for streaming? Okay, I'm out of water. I need to go get a refill. BRB. Wait. Okay, I'm back. Oh, we have the ads for the 7TV thing. Okay. What did I miss? Hey, I want to do the. Wait, what are we talking about? Because I've been watching Ori for a good while now. I am too dense to understand. What are we talking about? Put your all into streaming? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, streaming is like pretty hard. I think it's a nice hobby to have, and if it works out, it works out. I'm like the firm believer of things like these should be like your side thing, like a little hobby, until they overtake whatever you are doing mainly significantly, not just like equal. Yeah. So I can do is try to learn everything and apply this. I do have like a few videos I can share. You know what? Should I make like a channel that's just called streamer help? A lot of the resources that I found super super helpful. Yeah, it's a lot of videos on just like understanding how things work in like the streaming world. That's why even though I've been here like a bit of a short time, I seem to be doing okay because I see a lot of the stuff that was talked about there. I have been applying here, and I do notice it does work. Yeah, there's different ways. There's you can grow quickly if you, as Kay said, do what is trendy, this. But I'm not for that. I think I would focus on, personally. This is what I do. I personally would focus on making the place kind of cozy and comfy to be, which I think is kind of like growing a bonsai tree. It's kind of slow and like it takes a bit of pruning here and there. But in my opinion, that's the way I'd like to do it. Mm, yeah, you'll definitely need time and effort. Oh, I did see one of the things off the top of my head. What some people said, one of the most important things is schedule and sticking to it. So the unique way of getting 0 to 100, consistency is a must. Yeah, consistency is a must. You'll notice that every time I stream, I go live almost to the minute. I don't think you have to be like that punctual. I just do it because I feel bad if I don't. But yeah, so long as you're generally on around like the same time, same day, yeah. Streaming, it's hard to live for if you don't get at least yeah, it really depends. Like for example, I could not survive off streaming because I make virtually nothing off of streaming itself, but I'm an artist and I get money from commissions, and streaming usually helps people discover me, and then they end up paying for commissions. So indirectly it helps, but maybe not directly. Okay. Seller says, what I see most is small streamers being quiet during cutscenes with the mindset of the views interested in the story. And honestly, I think people are more interested in this. Yeah, that's true. You'll notice whenever I play games, it's always dumb shit that no one's paying attention to. It's interesting enough for me to have a good time, but it's not too interesting that it becomes the focus of the stream because I'm mostly a just yapping cat. No matter what we do, if we're doing art, if we're playing games, the content is basically the same. It's just yapping with something in the background. Just gotta get back into being just that. Yeah, I think I can link the video later, but there's a video that Cabal made, like the VTuber, quite a while back. It's when starting out, you have to make your streams kind of like an old school YouTube Let's Play, you know, where you talk. Think like PewDiePie in like think PewDiePie 10 years ago. he's not live. There's no one there. No one is there live reacting. He is just talking and making great content, and it's just him and a camera and a game. When you first when you first start streaming and there's no one there, you kind of have to get used to talking to yourself, right? That's what I started doing a little bit. I don't think I was very good at it. There were like long pauses and stuff, but I feel like I did it just enough to get into the habit. To the point. Julian, she's trying to get out again. Down. I'd expect this from Wally, not you. Oh my god, I'm one of those parents. Anyway, generational trauma aside, okay, I'm kind of worried. Can she get out? No, this thing's locked tight. She can't get out. She's growling at Wally though. Anyway, yeah, just like yapping about literally anything, yapping about what's going on screen, or you see something and be like, "Ooh, this is my favorite tactic." Maybe I'll ask, "Oh, what's something interesting you guys did, even if no one's there?" And then I immediately answer the question, as I'm like, "Oh, did you guys do anything interesting? I personally went out and did that, you know." Short, talk to the voices in the head. Exactly. 100%. It's hard to watch streams with no commentary. Yeah, that's why I don't really like a lot of art streams, because it's mostly like you'll see artists with like a massive following on things like Twitter and stuff, but if you see them like live on Twitch, they have very low numbers and it's just them sitting in silence, right? So a lot of people are simply captivated simply by the looks. True. People, okay, that's partially true in the sense that people will click on for the model, but they will stay for you. Hello. Are you okay? Julian. Hold on, I think she's trapped herself here. Dumb cow. Julian. I'm afraid she'll fight me because Wally has bothered her. Okay, you can jump. Okay, there we go. Sorry, she trapped herself on the windowsill. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, VTuber models are expensive. Do you know what is completely free? Making it yourself. And I know you're like, oh, that's really hard. You don't need to make a super complex one. Do you see how I make like the little mascot ones like this? You honestly just need something simple like that, and that's more than enough, right? People get away with the PNG model as well. Look at Vani. I think she streams the PNG Plus model. It's basically a few PNGs that kind of animate almost like a GIF, right? Those streams are pretty nice. You really don't need a model. It's a nice thing, but it's not necessary. It does help a bit, right? If you can, you're like, oh, I have a budget that I want to throw at it, you know. It does help. It'll help people like, holy, it'll help people click on, right? But at the end of the day, like you have to focus on making the content good, not just having like a good model. Get a waist up since it's a bit cheaper, or chibi annual. Yeah, even waist up is cheaper, but maybe not too much cheaper, you know? Truth be told, Polly, stop bothering her. Sorry, my cats are acting up today. Wally especially. Honestly, when I came back from getting water, he darted straight out the door. Right, I literally had to dive and grab him before he went down the stairs. But yeah, if you want to make like your own model, we're very helpful when it comes to giving it rigging advice. So yeah, trust me, it's not too bad. And hey, you're a regular here. If you want any of the animal models, you can grab one. But I guess if you have like your own design, then maybe you're not too interested. But the offer's on the table. Yeah, truth be told, you can, like Stella says, you make the stream look cool and the rest is up to your yapping. You can get a lot of free assets online. And maybe not like specific to your design, but a lot of generic streamer stuff. A lot of these things you can find them for free. He says Ivani's a PNG, yeah. Good yapper, but when it comes to everything else, it's a disaster. To be honest, if you're a good yapper, that's basically all you need. You just need to have the content good, and you need people to actually find it. So yeah. Like tech problem, understandable. Like difficult to stream when there's people around me. True. That could be a factor. You can partially. Oh no. Like for example, I could never bring any of my relatives on. Like even if they're just like passing, my mom would reveal our home address and longitude and latitude coordinates of where we currently are within the first 2 seconds. So, nah. We don't have BGM, by the way. Wait, really? Oh, sorry. I've been listening to the game BGM this whole time. So I was like, this music is really nice. By the way, if for any moment, like at any moment, there's no BGM, do point it out like instantly. There should never be a time that there's no BGM unless it's like for a few seconds, like I'm like real talk, come up close, yamp about something, and then it immediately comes back on. Hard house to live in, try to shut myself away from that. Understandable. Yeah. Like personally, I think I wanted to stream for quite a while back, but I was also in the situation where I lived with family, so I was like, nah. I waited till I moved and then I started streaming. Mm. Yeah, there's noise suppression. Like for example, let me turn mine off. I have a bunch of filters. I think noise suppression is the most there. I wonder if you guys can hear it. In fact, let me turn them all off. Hello? Yeah. I turned them all off. Like there's limiter, compressor, expander, 3-band equalizer, and noise suppression. So yeah, this is with everything off. I did follow a guide on like how to make the audio quality better. So I don't know if it's actually better or actually worse. Yeah. Feedback would be nice, but I think it's nicer with them all on. There is the low level fan in the background. Like I see it in OBS, and maybe if your volume is like really loud, or if you're like so have those like really sophisticated headphones that pick up everything, maybe then you can hear it. But yeah. Honestly, if it's not the right time for you to stream, then yeah, I suppose you can keep at it, you know, the way you are now until you're in a place where you can consistently and comfortably make content, you know? Like I could never stream like this back if I was living with my family, right? Can't tell? Yeah, okay, it's okay. No worries. Yeah, I could never stream like this if I was like with my family because I'll be loud, I'll be yapping. They'll be curious. They're like cats, you know. They'll immediately hear something, they'll pop in. If I close the door and keep it locked, they'll ask questions like, "Why is this locked?" They'll be confused. Like, no, 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 it's fine. Leave it like this, right? I'll be like, okay, don't bother me if I'm like the door is closed. And my mom, being the loving person she is, she'd be like, okay, I won't bother them. comes into the room probably to give me stuff, comes to talk to me, remind me of things, maybe even randomly arrange things. So yeah, I don't think I could ever do that there. But for now, like for example, streaming for me is a hobby. It's not a it's nothing more than that. I only do it because it's fun. If it was not fun, I wouldn't be here. I'll see when streaming. I tried it out just so my family talking to friends on Discord. Yeah, honestly, if anyone hears, I'll tell them that. Because one of my other housemates is on the other side, right? I can always hear him like if I'm in the hallway. Like he's on the like he's talking to like friends playing games and stuff. So yeah, it's not too strange for them to like hear someone's voice through like the door. So yeah, that's a very good way of being a bit sneaky about it. I did see a lot of people like okay, if you don't have any other options, something like being an artist, being a streamer is probably not the most financially secure thing to do. So yeah, personally, find job that pays well, use well-paying job to fund streaming. That is the strat. That is the way to go. Rather than right off the bat starting to stream. But if you're looking for something and then streaming while you wait, that's all good. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing now, to be honest. Yeah. Also, just to clarify, you guys can hear the BGM, right? Yeah, it shows. You know what? If you find a job that pays well, you can adopt me as your live-in artist. And from there, I can make you all of the models and all of the art that you need. You just need to pay for my food, place to stay, be comfy, me and my cats. That would be a sweet deal. I'm ready to be a sugar baby. Anyone interested? True, I may be expensive, but worth every penny. I will not do much. I will. I will live in your house. Probably stay in my room all day, right? Play with my cats. Eat all the food in the fridge, even the one that's labeled do not eat. Yeah. So full-time job is my first ever, but from there on, oh yeah. To be honest, same. I only had that one job as my corporate experience, but I think I did like three things during that one employment. So yeah, I got a little taste of like everything. Will you be quiet, or you will be quiet if that was to be done? Okay. I should have a redeem that's like give me $10. I'll be quiet for 10 minutes. No, 10 minutes is too long. I'll be quiet for 5 minutes. Appreciate every single ow. Appreciate every single retail employee. Yeah, retail is hard. I worked F&B, food and beverage, right? For like a few days. It is it is rough out there. Ooh, I did this in Malaysia. So I was earning like $1 an hour. No, I think it was a little bit more. Maybe like two. But yeah, I can't remember how much I was earning. But it was very little. Totally not worth it. But imagine it's similar worldwide. Like I'd take it if I had to. Fortunately, I do art commissions, so I don't have to. The art commissions are the most profitable thing in the world. They were when I was in Malaysia. But now that I moved here, it's enough to like I can get by comfortably, but maybe not indefinitely. Yeah, it's like a month to month basis, but with a little bit of buffer room. And I live comfortably. I order nice food. Sorry, I buy nice food. I buy treats for my cats. So yeah. Worked at international gift cards for customer service remotely. Ah, okay. Remote work is good. I wouldn't even raise a finger for that much. Yeah, you could not pay me to go through that again. But to be honest, I think it was a interesting experience. Also, it was such an awkward thing because I'm not local, and sometimes people don't speak English, and sometimes I can't understand what they're saying. So there was at one point someone was trying to order something. I had no idea what they were saying, and they didn't really speak English too well. At that point, I was just like, "Hey, can you point at it at the menu?" And then I just wrote it down. Yeah, it was kind of it was very sitcom esque, you know. Feel like I should have been paid 100 times more than that. True, we all should be paid more. Truth be told, looking at like my first ever paid commissions, how much I got and the work that I did, holy, and the work that I did, there is no way in hell I would ever take something like that again. Like it wasn't bad. It was just like severely undercharging, right? Fortunately, as I marketed my stuff more and more and more, I I can very I can very comfortably make models that I'm proud of for a price that is worth it, you know, reasonable. And even recently, I had upped my prices a bit. I think I upped it by like $50. Here's the thing: before the standard was like 100, but most people had a higher budget than that. So it was basically like the minimum, so to speak. So when I say I raise my prices, I don't charge more. It's just I filter out the lower budget ones, so to speak. Because here's the thing that you'll notice, like as an artist, usually the ones who want to pay the least, often demand the most. That's like a rule of it's not everyone, right? It's maybe even just a loud minority, but that's kind of like what I noticed. So yeah, that's why I don't do free art anymore unless it's someone who has like done something for it. Maybe it's a skill trade, or maybe they're a regular here and they ask very nicely. They have the 1 million point redeem, you know. But I'd say working art is like it's a comfortable gig. Like so long as my bills are paid, I work whatever hours I feel necessary, and yeah, like for example, today I finished a model. I did some more back end streamer related stuff, and then after that, I called it a day because I don't know, I just felt like it. But you have to be a bit careful if there's no paid leave, so if I don't work, then progress isn't made, and if progress isn't made, then I don't get paid. Simple as that. I think like being self-employed, you do need like a good amount of self-discipline. And you really need to know what works best for you. Because some people if they don't have that structure of I have to show up at 9, leave at 5, they may kind of just like fall apart, I suppose, and not be productive. I personally I can work like that if I need to. But if I want to be like super efficient, I kind of do it my own way. Like for example, when it comes to art, maybe sometimes I'll take like one day off and not do any art, and then the next day I'll feel like, oh, I didn't do much art yesterday, so I feel guilty, and then I do like 3 times more work like in one day. So like net positive. I don't know if that makes sense. So yeah, that reminds me of those life of a streamer videos. Mm, I'm not sure which ones. Wake up, edit, not stream cause tired, go to sleep. Okay, I'm not that bad. Sometimes I do have like my occasional days of I just wake up and just complete slug energy. Like I'm someone who gets like a lot of headaches. So there's some days where I'm like, okay, I've taken a lot of medicine for this thing, and at this rate, it's probably going to be bad for my health. So I'm like, maybe one day I just like not do that. So I'll just like endure the day with like a migraine, And in that state, like I can't really be very productive with art. So I just spend the day just laying around, maybe eat some nice food, watch a movie, just wait for it to pass, so to speak. I did see tips on like what's it called? You get like a little patch for your forehead, you make it kind of cold, and you put your feet in like hot water so that it draws blood away from like your brain and to your lower body. I think that's pretty interesting. I haven't tried that yet. The one downside is this place is a carpeted floor and that's like water, and I don't want to make it damp because that's kind of nasty. I miss having hardwood floors. Like if I was gonna be here for like a long while, I probably would have gotten rid of the carpet. But then again, I'm probably only saying this because I've not experienced winter. Winter, I suppose the floor will get cold. So yeah, who knows? So if it's more of a me problem doing work like at schoolwork. Yeah. If you do that, you'll end up running the company like my former bosses. For the longest time, like I would complain to my friends and be like, "Hey, these people run this place like students running a group project." Like it was kind of scary to see. It was only like towards the end. Um, One of my friends, former coworker, they left to work somewhere else. They'd come back to visit, so we're grabbing lunch, like us and like a few of the other employees, just to catch up and all of that stuff. And the CEO asked, he's like, "Hey, so what is like working at like a big company like this? Is this?" Because personally, I've never worked at a company, and neither have like points to other two bosses. And then finally, it clicked. I'm like, that makes perfect sense. The reason they act like school students making a project is because that's the most experience they have. And I was like, that is wild. So yeah, they would treat things as like okay, I can say this now because I'm no longer working there, no longer like in the country. They play loose and fast with the law, like for everything, like my taxes, my visa, to the point that when I realized this is what they're doing, I immediately bailed. I'm like, okay, it's gonna take me 2 months to leave, because I have to ship the cats. I can leave very quickly, right? My cats, they need like a lot of time because it's like a lot of paperwork. So I was like, yeah. I thought I'll be nice because I felt bad and did like the whole 2 weeks notice thing. Well, I shouldn't have done that. Like my friend straight up told me not to do that. But I was like, hey, the big boss is really nice and I feel bad. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't feel very guilty making my presentation because he listened to the bad one. I was like, yeah, get him to leave early. So yeah, no guilt there. Anyway, TLDR, if you're leaving, 2 weeks notice is more than enough. Whether you like the people or not, that's their business. Like I hate schoolwork. It's got to be somehow entertaining on a daily basis. Okay, I'm going to be honest. Streaming is like half the work. Being live is like half the work. The other half is community stuff like Discord and etc. Shorts, marketing, making sure a stream and all the tech and everything is running. Things are interesting, planning content, etc. etc. Right. So that one I would say may not be very, very interesting. But then again, that's only if you're putting, everything into it. I do have a playlist that I could share. No, I think I might have to make it again from scratch because I made it with like my human disguise account. If I just like share the playlist, I might dox myself. So yeah, maybe I'll share the videos one by one. I would say it's a fun hobby to do, and you can like dedicate your time to it if you have time and nothing else to do. But my advice, other full-time paying job for security, and then this, let it grow on the side until it becomes self-sustaining. That is like the safe route. That's the safe path. Slower but steadier. They are stories of people who just like dived headfirst in, put all, and succeeded. But at the end of the day, for every one story like that, there's like thousands more where it didn't work out. So yeah, But that's just me being a cautious cat. Like I cannot exist without safety nets. That's just how I am. If there's no safety net, I kind of just like spiral and panic. So yeah, my advice: get a very good safety net, which is paying job. It doesn't even have to be like engaging or entertaining, so long as it's like it pays the bills, and then from there it funds like stream and everything. Oh hi, Hot Shack, welcome, welcome. We're talking about streaming. We were playing a Colonel Sanders dating simulator, but at the end of the day, we are just a yapping channel. Whatever goes on in the background changes, but TLDR, we mostly just yap here. False advertising is what some of my mods say about the category. He's accepted the yapping? Yeah. Honestly, it's my favorite part. Like I could just play games alone and have a good time, but instead I choose to just play simple things and yap. That's why you see I don't play like very intense or engaging games. It's either art or dumb shit like this. He looks great. Yeah, I really love his art. It's really well done. I just have to keep on the grind one way or another. Yeah, honestly, there is the grind. I think you have that down, and then there's strategy, and then there's luck. Luck you can't really do much about, but the more you grind, the better your chances are. You know, you can't just like grind and you can't just grind without strategy. But yeah, I did mention I did want to share like a lot of the stuff that I found helpful. And yeah, you know, maybe I'll have like a little category for it. Just be what's it called? Content resources. So yeah, that way get to share the knowledge and a little bit of advice, right? Grind strategy is a masterpiece of disaster. Yeah, do you know what the company I was working at was doing? They were grinding with terrible strategy. 5 years, 600 likes. I showed you guys the presentation, didn't I? Oh wait, how chat came after that? Let me just pull this up again. Sorry, I was showing chat how I ratioed my former workplace. Hold on, there's no BGM in this scene, but bear with me. So yeah, I gave them like a presentation of like the social media stuff. So yeah, this is the comparison. Every single post they made for like 5 years, uh, almost 700 likes. One single post using like my content strategy, blah blah blah, all of that stuff. 30K impression. This, yeah, they thought TLDR. I'm not gonna get into the whole thing again. TLDR. I had one boss didn't like me, was constantly telling the others how bad of a job I'm doing and how I'm not doing good in social media. So I showed them proof. This is a real post, by the way. I gathered the numbers because they're engineers. They only understand numbers. So it's like, yeah, this is what I've been doing at the snap of a finger. This is what you guys have struggled to do over like 5 years. So, am I bad though? Anyway, I was just being a mean and petty cat. So yeah, I do know a thing or two about social media stuff. So yeah, this is just the spark notes of my presentation. Can I employ you? Perhaps we'll see. So yeah, there's like a okay between like a between this one long version and the comparison. There's like 40 slides over here explaining in a lot of detail how marketing works. So yeah, because I kind of stopped posting on Twitter mostly because I got to the point where I don't need to. I just very passively I get commissions through like VGen and stuff. So it's like a self-sustaining it's a self-sustaining system. Like I needed just to like get over that hump. It's like starting a fire. You just need like that spark, and then from there on, like yeah, I don't need to look for commissions anymore. Like they come to me, not the other way around. So yeah, that's why my social media is kind of dead. Although I have been trying to lean into shorts so far, and that was mostly to draw people to stream rather than for art commissions. I have a general idea of how content creation works, but I have absolutely no idea how marketing works. Well, don't worry about that. You're in our server. I want to make the channel that shows like all of the YouTube guys that I followed, and I only follow the ones made by like large creators who know what they're talking about. Thanks, Kay. Yeah, with Discord mentioned, we use the command. But yeah, I know off the top of my head, I think the top three one is the streamer Ludwig, right? I think he made a couple videos. He made one a few years ago, and he made an updated one, right, of basically how to be streamer. That was about 40 minutes, and it goes everything from beginning to end, right? How to be streamer. Another one is, I think, Cabal. He has like a few of them about funneling people, creating discords, cultivating communities, etc. And the rest, I think, are just like very short tidbits and small little tips here and there, which I found very useful. So yeah, can make a bang video. I have a bang idea, but no idea how to advertise or package it. Understandable. You know, I feel like crap. I don't have the full presentation here. I can ask one of my coworkers to see if they can send it to me. Yeah, because this is just screenshots of like 4 out of 40 slides. There is like a lot of there's like a lot of good content there. Sorry, a lot of things that you can directly use for. Sorry, I forgot to change back. Yeah, there's a lot of things there that you could directly use for streaming and content creation, right? Because one of like the example that I showed at the bottom was me showing how targeted marketing with this with the correct strategy to even a very niche audience, because VTubers are a niche audience, and I targeted one creator's community, right, with fan art, very specifically, and it worked, and it works consistently. They are like a okay. In my case, it either does really well or doesn't work at all. Like there's no in between, simply because my follower count is very low. But at the end of the day, when getting commissions, I don't need followers. I just need people to see it once and then commission me. Because the people who commission me may or may not actually follow me, and doesn't really make a difference. Like put it this way, I'd rather be I'd rather be an artist with like 100 followers but 1,000 commissions than like 10,000 followers and like 10 commissions, if that makes sense. Give you 2 minutes, gotta clean the dishes. Understandable. Yeah, like Doug Duck's advice on the content creation is really good. I could give it a watch. But yeah, honestly, I should just like DM one of my old coworkers and see if I can get the link to it. I will have to like go through it, really edit it. A lot of information is kind of doxing. Also, I might have to reword it because when the way it paints viewers and audiences is kind of like a, because again, I did this for in a corporate environment and they don't care about people, right? So I made it seem like viewers and people are kind of like animals, like in a livestock, product. Some of the it's imagine it was like written by a psychopath. That is like the tone of voice, like the human beings, they respond to this. If you want them to do this, you can trick them by doing blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. So that's like how it's worded. uh like one of the thing is, hey, most people don't care about our products or who we are. Most people care about themselves and their entertainment. So if we want them to care about our stuff, we actually have to create things that are interesting and entertaining to watch, that kind of stuff. Because they're like their idea. Julian, my cat just my cat just tried to escape. She can't get out the window, but she's trying. She knocked over the fan. It dropped onto me. Ow. It's like one of those small like desk fans. I put it on some boxes and pointed out the window. I want to see the psycho version. Okay, I'll make sure all of the doxing information, the information that doxes me, is censored. But yeah, you'll see psychopath Orty, how he really treats people. You know, he sees them as numbers. But yeah, I had to because put it this way, you're trying to make people who are working in a corporate environment care about the opinions of humans. Um I mean, they clearly do not. They're okay. I can say this because I'm from a technical background. Engineers, super weird people. Maybe not all. A vast majority. Their people skills, very low. Uh, on average, you'll see. Here's why. Here's why I did great at marketing while I was working there. Because you see, a lot of my friends are not. They don't have like a technical background. So when I'm explaining my projects to them, I really, really, really dumb it down. Right? If you ask someone who's like in tech how something works, they'll basically give you blueprints, sketches, dimensions, and tell you in excruciating detail how it works, and your eyes just glaze over and you've lost interest. So what I would do is I would understand all of the technical details and how it works, but I know that if I'm like talking to a client who's not from a technical background, I'm not going to bore them with the technology. I'll just be like, hey, this thing does this and that in this way. Super cool. Crazy. Your problem, gone. You just need this thing, right? That's how you talk to them. So yeah, they really didn't understand that. So I had to explain to them how to talk to human beings as well, and how to convince people to actually like care about the company. Because you see, if they care about it, because it's their company, but they don't understand that people just intrinsically don't unless you give them something to care about, you know? So yeah. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, we're just talking about how I was explaining to people in tech how human emotion works. So yeah, basically the psychopath version, I call it psychopath version, right, of my presentation is basically explaining why it's important to care about people's opinions. So yeah, humans feel intrinsically, sure, they feel, but they may not understand how others feel, if that makes sense. Like for example, understanding how other people feel it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of brain power for me. I don't understand it intrinsically in the sense that I clock very quickly how they're doing, how they're feeling, right? But if I'm like, is this person okay? Then I start like looking at their body language, like piece of things, like one by one. I'm like, eye contact a bit shifty. Their feet are kind of pointed away. They're kind of like nervously shuffling. Maybe they're not interested in the conversation. That kind of stuff. But if I'm just like vibing, doing my own thing, I do not notice these things. People matter in a social environment. Yeah, it's a crazy thing that I had to explain. I had to explain it several times, right? This is not my only presentation. I've made a bunch of them, right? A lot of them was just telling them how things are. This one was very arrogant because I wanted to be petty. uh I painted myself as like this amazing thing. Like I did a great job, sure, but I basically painted myself as like Jesus the sequel, you know. So yeah. Anyway, it was exhausting. I could not, I think a part of me is kind of glad that they booted me a month early. I don't think I would have survived that second month because truth be told, as soon as like my last day, I felt like this huge weight kind of just like evaporate off of me, and it was incredible. In fact, I didn't even go to my last day, right? My second last day, a friend of mine, she texted me, she's like, "Hey, I'm in town for like a couple days." Oh, sorry. I saw the word completely forgotten. I thought I forgot something. Yeah. What did you completely forget? As I tell the story, right? Second last day, I was a friend of mine texts me. She's like, "Hey, I'm in town for a couple days. Let's go have brunch tomorrow." Then I'm like, "Oh, I can't. I have work." I'm like, I can do dinner or a late lunch, but she wanted to do brunch. So she's like, "Oh, just don't go. What are they going to do? Fire you?" So I was like, "You know what? You're right." What I did was, end of the day, I stealth packed up my entire desk. By the way, my cubicle faced towards them, so like they can't see what my desk looks like. I fit a desktop PC, a monitor, two boxes, and basically everything, a bunch of documents that were on my table, all into one backpack. And then I walked out pretending like it was not the heaviest thing ever, and just slowly left like it was just any other day. And I asked my coworkers about it later. They were surprised when I didn't show up for like the absolute last day. But at the end of the day, they're like, whatever. So yeah. My friend, when she texts me, she's like, "What are they gonna do? Fire you?" Immediately it clicked. I'm like, "Yeah, well, what are they gonna do? I don't care. They were nice to me. I'm just gonna bail." To be honest, one boss never had any problem with him. The one who's like very chill, never did anything, right? He's very like neutral. He's just like a chill guy. He's just vibing. The big boss, the one who really liked me and wanted to hire me, he was good, but he kept listening to the annoying one and listening to all the propaganda against me, and he'd take it like at face value. Because truth be told, like he'd be told, "Oh, I'm not doing this," and he'll come to have like a talk and like, "Hey, what's going on? This is this." And then I'd explain what I'm up to, and immediately he'll leave the meeting very excited and happy with the progress. A couple weeks pass, same thing. He's told I'm doing bad. He comes in asking, "Hey, let's get down to the problem." He talks to me and realizes there's no problem and I'm actually doing great. And then he's excited, and it was a very annoying cycle. He's he's very easily influenced is what I'll say, which is a very bad thing if you are like supposed to be leading. But yeah, at the end of the day, he seemed to mean well. Uh but I don't feel too bad for leaving the way I did, simply because yeah, they pulled the rug from under me. If I didn't have like the art thing, I it would have been like a financial blow to me. But truth be told, I was making more doing art commissions than I was working there. So yeah, I was like, financially speaking, I wasn't too bummed. To be honest, the only one who really lost from that decision was them. Oh, and when you said what you completely forgot, you meant bricks. I didn't realize that until just now. Oops. I think my audience here is a little bit on the younger side, at least on average. This is just going off of vibes. I've not checked like analytics or anything. I don't even know if I have those. But yeah. But if you are, no, if you have like work experiences, I wonder if anyone has had any horror stories, just like a TLDR. Or so Tensei doesn't even realize. Okay, I knew what you said, and then I knew I got hit by bricks. Ryan, I didn't put the two and two together. I have a TLDR, a funny one. What is it? Lay it on us. This is a gossip section. I already have the cup. We are just spilling the tea. It's rude if you don't laugh. I remember once I made a pun like that. I was in a VC with Feather and a few of his friends. We are playing that Scribble IO, and I think we are waiting for something to set up. So I was like, okay, let's make small talk. I'm like, so do you like bread? And someone was like, yeah. I'm like, well, I guess you could say you loaf it. I was instantly kicked from that call. Totally worth it, by the way. Analytics lie anyway. True. I never put my real age. Actually, I do these days. I think it was a very long time before I actually started putting like my real age, because like, I was a bit young on the internet. Whenever it'll ask what my birthday was, I'll just put 1990, 1st January. And yeah, that way I can remember whenever they ask me. And yeah. So yeah, it's obviously not my birthday. But there was one day I just realized it's like age restricted content. I think it was a Steam game, and I was gonna put like the fake date again. I'm like, wait, why am I doing this? Like, I'm way over 18. I think that was the first day I felt old. I am a cat in my I'm in my young to mid 20s, right? But old is a feeling. It's not to do with your physical age. It's a mindset. I think I have the apathy. I think I have the apathy of an old person. Like someone will call me crying. I'll just be like munching on my snacks going, "Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He did what now? That's awful." Probably think about what to make for lunch. But okay, in my defense, my entire life, growing up, high school and onwards, I'm friends with dumb people, right? Who make dumb decisions and then are shocked at the consequences. So at the end of the day, they only want like emotional support. They don't want like anything else. So I'm just like, I find it a bit hard to care. Unless it's like a serious problem, then yeah. But if it's just like a boy drama or God knows who said what at work, that kind of stuff, then I kind of zone out. Yeah, we have a couple of stories. Um, Seller says, I once worked at a chemical recycling plant where the workers were extremely homophobic on a daily basis, and my bias and my friend worked at the same place wearing thigh highs was so awkward during the whole time work there. Oh yeah, I know that situation. It's a little awkward. They didn't figure out gay as hell, luckily. Oh, yeah. Makes sense. Hotcheck says, I was asked by the university club that needed social media and editing done. They gave me footage and asked me, hey, can you edit this so you can make us go viral? Asked them what's the target audience. They said everyone. Said niche down. That's exactly how they were at the workplace. I gave them a questionnaire that said, who are we targeting? This, or that? And said, pick one. They checked all the boxes. I feel your pain. Anyway, they're like, everyone in uni. I said, that's not enough. They're like, look, if you're gonna keep messing with us, leave. I was like, okay, thanks for calling for my advice, expertise. They keep me. That is basically TLDR, my experience at the company that I worked at. They posted one video and saw results and gave up. Ooh, yeah, that's yeah, they were just like, okay, the people who are like, hey, we want this everyone to see this. They're the ones who understand zero about marketing and stuff. Do you know, before I left, in my folder of resources for social media, I have a README, right? And it just says like, hey, people are going to tell you this, this, this. It is basically my farewell salute to my replacement. It's like, hey, they're going to be like this. That is wrong. They don't know what they're talking about. Don't do this. Don't do that. And it even just says like at the bottom, it's like, ignore advice from people who, and then there's like 10 bullet points. And it's basically all of my bosses, what they were saying, right? Because they'll give advice like, hey, what if you made content that did this? I'm like, that is a garbage idea. I didn't say that to them. I thought that, and I tried to politely guide them towards the right way. But hey, I wasn't even paid. Yeah, then not worth it. Why was Lamau censored by my phone? I don't know why it's censored on mine. Like, it's not on the browser, but it is when I'm watching stuff on my phone. I only ever use it on my phone like if it's before bed. I'm just like laying there. Hey, Julian. She endures a lot living with Wally. But yeah, I don't know why the chat settings for a phone and for like a desktop are different. I don't know. A bit strange, but oh well. Ooh, I tried automating the process of banning those bots that like, hey, free viewer, sorry, pay for viewers and blah blah blah. You know, but I don't know why the stream elements thing. It wasn't like saving the banned words and phrases. How do I change the color of my name on Twitch? There is a way. I think if you click on it. Oh yeah, I coded it so that I shame them live on stream. Wait, coded what? Was it the people who the ones you were telling us about? Also, if you want to change like your color, I think you can click on like your name and there's like a chat. I think it's like your chat appearance or something like that. You can change it. I know this because all of mine are purple, and that can be coincidence. So I must have changed it. I think if you're a mod, it turns green unless you have another one. I don't know. Hey, I'm just a cat on the internet. I don't understand these things. I don't know how to stream. Also, damn, 3 hours already. Audio in a roll. Yeah, I can feel my voice dying a little bit. I did I coded a Twitch bot that reads chat and finds keywords and then plays a video where oh, that's pretty cool. Change it to purple? Ah, yay, we're matching. But yeah, I told myself for the next few days, the next few streams, I should probably keep it to like 2 hours or less. Because it did have a negative effect on my voice. Yes, we're not doing that. It's so fun. Yeah, that actually sounds hilarious. Magenta is my favorite color, but that's never an option. You know, I don't even know what this color is called that I like, but this kind of purple-ish, plus or minus a little bit, and that's what I like. I just like purple. You know, Twitch should hire me as their mascot. Everything I have is purple. My robes, my hair, my eyes. You know, is it like a deeper purple? Yeah, it should. It's like purple, almost blue. This pink was already is purple, and it confused me when there was like me chatting. Understandable. That could be magenta. It could be. I don't know. I'm not the best with colors, but I just see this one. I'm like, I like this one. I'm gonna keep it. To be honest, when I'm shading like my stuff, all I do is I take a PNG of myself and I just like pick the color from like the image. I don't even know what it's called, what the hex code is, etc. I can find out if I need to. No one has time for that. So yeah, I just like color pick from my own hair and clothes. And I call it a day. I don't do much of my own art of like myself. But when I do, yeah, that's what I do. I just like steal the color from this thing. Magenta is I think brighter, is it? Almost pink. I think so. Again, I don't know the names of colors. I imagine I'm like I have the color knowledge of maybe a child with crayons. You point like that is blue, that is red, that is green. So yeah, that's what I know. Like visually, I can see the difference. I just don't know the names of them. Yeah, for me, your name is kind of like dark turquoise, dark cyan, something like that. But you did mention, oh yeah, blue. You mentioned you like magenta. It's just not an option. Sorry, I got confused for a second. Couldn't find Magenta, so I gave up. Understandable. Key answer done. I don't think that makes a difference, although maybe a few people were behind Agile. So welcome back, guys. Oh, I bought my cat some heated blankets. Uh, let me explain the kind of parent that I am. This morning, I'm like, the weather's a little bit colder. Mm, maybe I should, when winter comes, I should get a, what's it called? When winter comes, I should try to focus on making the room warm. I have a bunk bed and my cat was sleeping on it. So as I'm halfway up climbing the bunk bed, my cat sees me and she sneezes once. I immediately climb back down. I go buy an electric blanket to keep her warm. I bought two, one for her, one for Wally. If you have a few minutes after stream, we can talk about stuff. Understandable, sure. Like that might not be too long from now. My voice is running on empty. I don't know how much longer we have in this game. I might save it for next time. Okay, to be honest, when on days that I have stream, it's a bit hard to be super productive doing art early in the day because I'm like, okay, if I waste all my artistic energy here, I'll have nothing for stream. So I kind of ration it, so to speak. But I'm like, if you just have gaming streams, it should be okay. Well, I say gaming in quote. We mostly just yap here. See, I don't know how long this game is. Okay, he said it's 3 days. We're still on day 1. So we can continue this next time, to be honest. So yeah, that being said, who do we want to raid? Do we know anyone? I haven't raided Tearsot in a while. Start raid. Okay, all good. All right. What messages did I miss? Like an hour or two of dating sim and then yap. Okay, I was gonna do yapping while playing the game, but you know, we can yap. It's okay. Thanks for the stream. Well, thanks for stopping by. You know, if it weren't for you guys, I probably wouldn't be here. I'll probably be bored doing art and then realize, you know what, I can do art on my own time. Okay. Purple Piss Cup raid? No, we don't say that. Have a great one. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. So, this timer is halfway done, but why are you people like this? Ooh, I remember Feather was crashing out when Seller was I think he's like umbilical cord raid when he raided a complete stranger. So yeah, you're gonna confuse whoever we raid into. At one point, I'm gonna stop raiding people. Anyway, see you guys there. Bye bye. Bye bye.